Hello and welcome to the video. Today I'll be doing a video on whether or not Murder Drones will be getting a season 2 based on what's currently available. If you haven't seen episode 6, do watch episode 6 as we will be using some information gathered there to determine whether or not we'll be getting a season 2 based on current information. With that being said, you'll be given 10 seconds to click off the video to avoid spoilers. You've been warned. Alright, let's get started. I want to take note of the cost and production of Murder Drones will not differ from Liam Vickers' future projects. The reason for this is his style of animation as well as the way he writes the story are very vivid, not to mention everything works in unison between music and atmosphere. So overall, it's a lot. Liam is a pretty ambitious creator. Even if he's just the writer, he has a pretty high bar standard in this case. He's very ambitious. We can actually see this with his own 2D animations on his channel.
Drama queen.
Wait, what?
Okay, my horrendous buzzing of flies is a little rusty, but I think he wants 2-bit Jerry's hat? Scarf?
Don't mind me, just crossing the street. Whoop, there I go.
Which way?
All of the above.
That's just complicated. Here's something simple. I am going to eat the next person I see.
Okay, except then they'll know what we are and we'll have nowhere to stay and we'll die, which is fine, but you know. Huh? Oh, hey guys. Hey. No. No.
Oh, hey!
If anything, a new animation could increase production time because Liam will most likely have to use human characters, which would be more complicated than the drones in Murder Drones. Even the animation Liam has made himself have taken a lot of work and time. A great example of this is Cliffside, a 12-minute pilot episode that took Liam a year to make. Despite it being a 2D animation, it incorporated many of the similar styles in the show with detail, corresponding music, 3D scenes, and hidden details around the episode. Overall, the show production and cost won't be affected whether we got a season 2 as Liam is partnered with Glitch. And he is there to stay. So, whether Liam makes a new show or does season 2 of Murder Drones, the production cost and time, it's not going to change. It might actually only increase because human characters, at the very least human faces, to the same, like, detailed to the same degree as Murder Drones, would be far more complex than the drones themselves. In fact, it looks like Liam designed the drones with this in mind, with simplicity in mind. We can also tell that they go great lengths to not animate human characters, at the very least their faces. We get their outlines, we get their body movements, but we do not get their face. At best, we get the eyes in episode 5 when the human figures are redacted, but that's it. Regardless, it makes more sense that there will be a setup for another season, and that's because of one factor, the Absolute Solver. It was mentioned actually in episode 6 by Tessa that the Absolute Solver took Sin as a host.
We know it mutates and damaged AI. It took Sin as a host, then it took everything.
Meaning that even if Sin is defeated by the end of season 1, the threat or the problem that caused the downfall of everyone will still be a factor in the show even after season 1 ends, which means none of this is really over. I can definitely see the story revolving around our characters coming to an end, but I can't see the story, or at least the absolute solver, going away within the confines of season 1, and it has been the main problem slash antagonist. So, something to take into consideration. Now, one more thing I just want to take note of is the other shows that are coming out by Glitch. Oh, wait 1 second. Okay, I need to check something. So the other shows, such as Digital Circus, we don't know anything besides Digital Circus, but I imagine SMG will want to do one, as Digital Circus is, what is it? Yeah, Gooseworks is a Gooseworks product. It's his baby. I'm sure other artists will actually become partnered with Glitch and make their own shows, but eventually it'll come back to Liam Vickers, right? And if he doesn't, he's probably just going to continue Murder Drones. The reason for that is because, as I previously said, the human characters are very hard to animate. Or at least to the degree Liam would want them to be animated, given his style. He likes creating these incredibly vivid, horrifying scenes, which kind of forces them to create these over-detailed environments, as well as all this information hidden in the background. There's an astounding amount of detail in the show, which kind of forces you to make the characters incredibly detailed, especially because you're going to want these characters to be detailed in the first place to show those vivid details on the horrifying enemies, or what, and it's usually, with Liam at least, body horror, so it really raises the stakes. And if this monster is incredibly detailed, then so do the pedestrians or characters that are seemingly normal, or maybe not be normal to some regard. Physically, not mentally, although probably mentally, let's be honest. So it really just becomes this downward spiral of it needs to be very realistic or very good looking and not just cartoonish. In fact, that's why the Digital Circus will probably have a production time of 2 weeks. Glitch's previous animations took literally 2 weeks to make an episode. Every other week you'd get an episode. Whereas Murder Drones, it's every other month now. In fact, yeah, it should still be every other week, even though Glitch has grown significantly since Murder Drones started. But still, it's gonna take a long time for any of Liam's animations, regardless. And he's not gonna dumb it down because, one, he doesn't like the cartoonish style, or not to the degree I think Gooseworks would like it. If you look at Gooseworks' animations, or his show that Glitch has been animating, we can actually see a lot of cartoonish movements. I'm not talking about features. We can definitely see a lot of cartoonish features in Liam's characters, but the way they move are pretty realistic, let's be honest. Whereas Gooseworks characters may stretch or do anything that's convenient to the animators, so even the simple movements are easier for the animators. It's not as polished as Murder Drones. It's far more simplistic, and I'm sure any show that comes out, but other than Liam's shows, are going to be incredibly simple to that regard, yet still very entertaining. It's not going to take away from the enjoyment of the show. My point here is that no matter what Liam does, it's still going to be a long production time, so if you think production time is actually going to have an effect on whether we get another season of Murder Drones, I don't think it's going to make a difference, because Liam is partnered with Glitch, and therefore he would make another show regardless. And if it's not going to be much of a difference, there's no reason not to continue Murder Drones. Because I know that was somewhat of a factor for some people. Now, I originally promised them in the mural video that I'd be doing a speculation video. I'm releasing this video instead, as this was originally part of the speculation video. And since this section alone was over 9 minutes long, I just decided might as well make it its own video. That's exactly what I did. You'll be getting the speculation video next. These videos haven't been coming out in the same frequency just because I have a higher workload right now, so you will be getting it before the next episode, given how long it takes to make an episode. I'll also be talking about the teasers when they come out, and I'll have a pretty quick response to that because really only have a week when they start dropping. But other than that, I don't have anything planned besides the speculation video. I could go over really general topics that others have already talked about, but I personally don't really see much of a point. So unless I can come up with something new, I really am not going to make another video besides the speculation video until the teasers for episode 7 at least. With that said, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great time.